Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The cameras always capture the glitz, the glamour, the sparkling champagne toasts, but sometimes the story behind the scenes is far darker, far wilder, and far more shocking than any reality show producer could anticipate. Alexis Bellino, the former Real Housewives of Orange County star, and Carlos King, the award-winning reality TV producer, have now come forward to reveal a scandal so incendiary it threatens to shake the very foundations of Bravo's iconic franchise. It all began on the night that seemed ordinary. The OC's sun had just dipped behind the Pacific horizon, casting a golden glow over the mansions and meticulously landscaped yards that had become the stage for decades of televised drama. The cast of Bar HOC was celebrating a milestone, a season wrap party held at one of the most exclusive estates in Laguna Beach. Champagne flowed, laughter echoed, and the veneer of perfection masked what was about to unfold. Carlos King, who had produced multiple seasons of reality TV and had seen his fair share of debauchery, recalls that night with a mixture of disbelief and professional curiosity. "I thought I had seen it all," King admitted. "But nothing could have prepared me for what happened next. It started innocuously enough, a toast to the cast, the crew, and the show's loyal audience. But then, as the night deepened, the line between celebration and chaos blurred. According to Alexis, several of the cast members began to drink with a reckless abandon that was, at first, humorous. Soon, however, it became alarming. The alcohol was flowing, and the inhibitions were gone," Alexis recalled in an exclusive interview. "At first, it was just laughter and jokes, but then things got out of control." Witnesses describe scenes that sound almost surreal. Champagne bottles were cracked open with theatrical flair. Cameras, both official and personal, captured moments of outrageous behavior. And then came the infamous incident that would come to be known in behind-the-scenes circles as the Naked Wasted scandal. According to Alexis and King, a group of cast members, in a fit of drunken bravado, decided to strip down, completely, and parade through the main hallways of the estate. "It was shocking," Alexis said, her voice tinged with disbelief. "I mean, you've seen wild parties on reality TV, but this was something else entirely. People were dancing, laughing, and filming each other in a way that crossed every imaginable line of professionalism or basic decency." Carlos King, who was there as a guest and occasional observer, emphasized the scale of the incident. "There were cameras everywhere. Some of us were trying to maintain a level of decorum, but it was chaos. This wasn't just a little mischief. It was an all-out, no-holds-barred spectacle of drunken antics. The scandal didn't just stop at nudity. Allegations have surfaced of substances being misused, whispered arguments that escalated into full-blown confrontations, and even physical altercations. People were saying things that would make your head spin," King revealed. "Names were dropped, secrets were hinted at, and some of the interactions were genuinely dangerous." Alexis, who has always maintained a certain moral compass amid the reality TV whirlwind, found herself caught between shock and professional obligation. "I didn't want to be complicit," she said. "I knew that this had to be documented, not just for me, but for the fans who think they know what goes on behind the scenes. They don't." The fallout, however, was swift. Within days, whispers of the scandal had reached Bravo executives. Legal teams were alerted, and damage control efforts went into full swing. Yet Alexis and King insist that their decision to speak out wasn't motivated by revenge or ratings. It was about truth. "The fans deserve to know," Alexis said firmly. "They deserve to see that this glamorous world has a very real, very human side. And sometimes that side is messy, chaotic, and downright shocking." Carlos King added a sobering note. "Reality TV thrives on drama. But what we witnessed that night was beyond anything scripted. It wasn't entertainment, it was exposure. Raw, unfiltered, and unforgettable. The Naked Wasted scandal, as it has come to be known in industry circles, raises questions about boundaries, responsibility, and the ethics of documenting reality for entertainment. It also shines a spotlight on the pressures cast members face, the unrelenting cameras, the public scrutiny, and the personal battles that are often invisible to viewers. Alexis and Carlos are committed to telling the full story, piece by piece, in a way that balances shock with insight. Their upcoming exposé promises not just salacious details, but also a look at the human cost of reality television, the friendships strained, reputations challenged. The sun had just dipped behind the California coast, painting Laguna Beach in the kind of golden light that looks perfect on camera but hides more than it reveals. From the outside, the Real Housewives of Orange County wrap party seemed like any other, a carefully curated tableau of sparkling gowns, designer heels, and champagne towers that gleamed in the fading light. But as the evening wore on, the glittering facade began to crack. Alexis Bellino, the outspoken former cast member with a reputation for speaking her mind, recalls the moment she realized things were about to spiral. "At first, it was just a little wild," she said, shaking her head. "A toast here, a joke there. But then, people started letting go of everything, their inhibitions, their dignity, everything." Carlos King, the Emmy-winning reality TV producer, was on site in his professional capacity, ostensibly to capture content for behind-the-scenes footage. But he quickly realized that what was unfolding was beyond scripted drama. "I've seen parties before. I've seen wine and champagne flow. I've seen tempers flare," King explained. But this was a perfect storm of chaos. It began innocently enough. Cast members were laughing, snapping selfies, and celebrating the conclusion of a grueling season. But soon, the combination of alcohol, adrenaline, and a competitive spirit that had fueled their televised rivalries reached a tipping point. According to Alexis and Carlos, the infamous naked wasted scandal was triggered by a single impulsive dare, a playful challenge that escalated far beyond anyone's expectations. What started as a joke quickly became an all-out exhibition. Alexis said, "People were shedding clothes, throwing caution to the wind, and filming everything as if there were no tomorrow." Witnesses describe a surreal scene: champagne splashing across marble floors, glittering heels abandoned in hallways, and a cast of women, some laughing, some shrieking, parading nude through the estate while cameras rolled. The spectacle was at once hilarious, horrifying, and hypnotically captivating. Carlos King recalls the absurdity vividly. "It was like something out of a fever dream. People were in costumes 1 minute, naked the next. There were dares, challenges, and a constant undercurrent of competitiveness, and everyone had a camera." The scandal was not only about nudity. It was about the unraveling of a carefully curated public image. For years, audiences had seen the Real Housewives of Orange County as polished, stylish, and perfectly dramatic. But behind closed doors, chaos reigned. According to Alexis, the line between performance and reality blurred completely that night. People were acting out their wildest fantasies, and none of it was scripted, she said. There was a raw, unfiltered energy in the room. Some of it was funny, some of it was alarming, and some of it, well, it crossed a line. Sources close to the production revealed that the chaos extended beyond nudity. Arguments erupted over perceived slights, private messages were revealed, and minor altercations escalated into full-blown confrontations. The party that was meant to celebrate camaraderie instead exposed fractures, resentments, and rivalries that had simmered beneath the surface all season. Alexis, who had always maintained a level of professionalism amid the whirlwind of reality TV, found herself caught between participating and documenting. "I didn't want to just stand by and watch this happen," she said. "I knew that if I didn't speak up, it would be swept under the rug, and the fans deserved to know what really goes on." Carlos King added context for the media. Reality TV thrives on conflict. But this was unscripted. It was raw, and it exposed something that viewers rarely see: the human side of these women. The messy, chaotic, sometimes reckless side. In the aftermath, Whispers of the naked wasted scandal reached the production team, legal counsel, and Bravo executives almost immediately. Damage control efforts went into overdrive, but Alexis and Carlos insist that their goal was never to stir trouble. It was to shine a light on the truth. The scandal isn't just about nudity or drunken antics, Alexis said. It's about what happens when people are pushed to their limits, when fame and pressure collide, and when private behavior becomes public spectacle. Carlos King emphasized the broader implications. This isn't just gossip. This is a case study in human behavior under extreme conditions. It's about accountability, ethics, and the responsibilities of reality TV. The Naked Wasted scandal promises to reshape public perception of the Real Housewives franchise. Alexis and Carlos plan to release further revelations, including detailed accounts of individual cast member behavior, behind-the-scenes decisions, and the fallout that extended beyond the wrap party itself.